Hello Aquarius, welcome to your July reading and to my channel. We have a card here already, and that's the card that came out for the month of July when I was doing your yearly reading, which I will link here. 9 of Cups. I love it. It's a nice card, you guys. It's more like representing water signs, but it's like some sort of satisfaction, some sort of emotional satisfaction, some moment of enjoying what you have and what you have achieved and being proud of yourself. Yes, let's see what else. Why is this 9 of Cups here? What else? Crazy. What's going on? I need to get the other cards to understand this reading. Yes, you guys, I had to think for a moment because it's an interesting reading. It's a little bit mystical or spiritual, if you want to, religious too, maybe. Because, I mean, how weird is this? We get the Devil and then we get the Judgment card. It's like, what? And then we get the Hierophant, which is like the Churchman. The Hierophant and the Judgment, they are connected. Like the Devil, the Judgment, and the Hierophant are connected somehow, you know? And these two are interesting because they are like the opposite of each other. The 8 of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Like one, it's this trapped situation where you can't see, you can't move, mental trap. And the other one, it's like freedom, on the horse, on the mission, passionate, doing something, having the energy. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles, which is like juggling between 2 things, you know, like analyzing 2 things, having 2 things. And then we have the 9 of Cups. I don't know, like the 9 of Cups, it's a sort of, I told you, some sort of wish fulfillment. But I think like this 9 of Cups, it's like a possibility that you have to achieve this month. I don't know why your readings are always so philosophical. But that's the card that you get, so that's the reading that I do. It's not my fault. But it's about leaving the unconscious this year for yourself. So let's do this. So, I mean, the 2 of Pentacles, it's like like a reminder, the two ways to go, the two ways to see things, you know. And the devil and the judgment card, there's something about death here, you know, because like the judgment is the card of what happens on the judgment day. And it's some kind of call as well, like something that is calling you, something that is higher. And it is totally beyond this card of the devil, you know, because the devil, it's everything that has no... With the devil, there's no life after death, you know, or there is still the same life, actually, you know. If you choose the devil in this life, you will choose the devil in the other life too. You will continue to live in the same energy, because it's all about energy. There's something here about contract too, because the devil means everything that is contract, control, like, yes, like these people here have a contract with each other and they are in a certain relationship, but it's very rigid, it's very clear, and that they know they can only move within the certain given possibilities, and they can't go beyond it. You know, that's what I'm saying with the devil. It always has a limitation. It's a kind of limitation. The devil, it limits you, and it limits you, and here you see the limitation too. It comes somehow together. It limits you because it tells you, you know, you are only here, and you have only this life, and you have only these possibilities, and everything, it's what it seems to be, and there is no more than that. So it's like you can't see if you are in that kind of situation, if you are in that kind of belief or disbelief, in this limiting belief. There is something about the limiting belief. And then we have the other row down here, the other possibility, and this represents Capricorn. And then we have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is Taurus, represents Taurus. Both are earth signs, but Hierophant represents tradition, represents religion, represents knowledge and wisdom, and he's there, and he brings institution too, and he brings laws too, and he brings contracts too. But it's something that he has inherited from wise men of the past. Like if he's a churchman, he's talking about what church it's talking about, you know? That there is something beyond form, that there is something beyond this life, that there is spirit, that there is a continuation even when form dies. So that's why the Hierophant is very important, because the Hierophant sometimes can be restrictive too, a bit like church is, like religion is sometimes. But despite of what the church is saying and how they are trying to impose things on you, at least they give you a possibility, you know? A possibility of understanding your existence and yourself, and what is before now and what is afterwards. So the church and religion gives you the possibility of resurrection, gives you the possibility of judgment, gives you the possibility of being liberated, of being forgiven, of having a life after death, or whatever, or spirit. In my own understanding, it's more about spirituality, that there is a continuation, that spirit never dies. It's just, it moves from one form to the other. And that is what gives you, like, if you go with this line of thought, you are like, this is a promise, like this is a journey. You are not trapped. You are not like this, unable to move, unable to see, unable to do, because that's what we get sometimes if we accept life as it only is. It's like, I can't change anything because like things are as they are. There is no meaning anyway, there is no life anyway, like we are all going to die. But like if you start tapping into the other possibility that there is a soul, that there is a tradition, that there is a continuum, that there is a calling, that there is a judgment, that there is a bigger plan, because the judgment is the bigger plan. You know, there is more than what we see. And the devil is like, there is no more than what we see. Like, look at them. Like, one comes to give you energy, to give you passion, to give you music, to give you liberation. And the other one comes to tell you, there is nothing, so you better work with me. You better accept what it is now. So there is something about this, okay? There is something about this. There is this tradition that needs to be taken seriously. And there is this limitation that you have to be careful about. And there is this calling and this big plan. So this month of July 2020, it's an important month for you guys, because it's almost like you're choosing. And here it's about choosing too, with the Two of Pentacles. Like, if it's not like this big explanation that I gave, then it's about choosing, you know, choosing a certain way of living, choosing a certain opportunity, choosing a certain offer. It's something that's being offered to you, and one is, you know, something that it limits you. It restricts you. It doesn't empower you. If you look carefully at it, it doesn't empower you. So be aware and do not accept that proposal that is coming this month. Do not accept. Be proud. Be like the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, it's sure about himself. Because there's something else. There's something more. There's another contract. There is a Hierophant, and there is a calling that will give you some kind of liberation. So the best thing to analyze what's going on and the things that are being offered to you is like, don't look at what is being offered to you, but look what they promise you. Like, what do they promise you? How will you live with that thing which you will accept? Because one, it will limit you, and one, it will give you freedom, it will give you passion, it will give you liberation. It will give you possibility to move, to go with it, to fly. You know, like, this can be a very simple thing in your life. Like, it's a job offer, or it's a relationship. It's a relationship here too, no? It's a devil. It's totally a relationship. And a Hierophant too. Like, Hierophant, it's marriage. And this is like a toxic relationship, for example. But I have to come back to the Judgment card, because the Judgment card is like, yes, there's a bigger plan here. There's a bigger reality, and you have to understand it, and you have to accept it. It's not only this life, and it's not only this possibilities. There is much more. There is a bigger plan, and you have to accept it. You have to open yourself to it in order to get in this journey. And we have had the Knight of Wands for you too. I'm pretty sure you have had it. It's like a kind of energy that you like to be, that you like to feel yourself in, because right now it's like more of an Eight of Swords. So yes, if you are feeling trapped like this, then you need to go back to some sort of tradition with the Hierophant. It's not religious, but it can be religious, it can be spiritual, it can be knowledge, it's tradition, it's the past. Look back, look in books, look in things that give you a higher meaning, because that's the higher meaning. Like, the Judgment, it's the higher meaning of life, the divine meaning of life. And the devil, it's like just a limited version of our existence. And why would you want to accept this? Why? It will only give you that. But this one opens up totally a new journey. So there is some kind of decision. And the thing is that, yes, you have to be firm in your beliefs. The Nine of Cups is very proud. And it's emotional. You have to choose with feeling, with your heart, not mentally, because the devil functions mentally. The devil tells you, yes, be logical. How can there be more than what you see? That's what the mind tells you. But guys, you are an Aquarius. I mean, you are universal. You have like big thoughts. And you are very good with feeling and with knowledge. And so don't, and it's the worst that can happen to Aquarius, it's not to have vision. So whatever gives you a vision of infinity, that is your reality. There is an infinity, and you have to find it where it is. It's up to you. But it is in tradition, it is in religion, it is in spirituality. And if it's not that, then it's about, accepting a relationship that is limiting. And no, you don't want that. And just be proud and say no. Because whenever you say no, then you open yourself for some other, from some other possibilities. We got here the 2, and the 2 is take the space that you need. Interesting. I was telling here about the relationship and about the 9 of Cups. Like, be proud. There's something about being proud. It's because there is a certain energy around you that it's trying to limit you, to bring you down, to tell you that you are only this, what it is. Like, no, be proud and take the space that you need and believe that there is something else. And not only believe, look for it. I have here the teachings of self-realization. I will link it here, so you might want to see that too, which gives you an understanding of our existence from another perspective. So take your space, you need space as an Aquarius, mental space, and, space to exist. So you feel that there is much more within you than we know. That's visible. So believe that's true. So take that space. Okay, you guys, I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and you will see me next month. Bye.